Natsume discovered the beautiful scenery after the rainy day, while for Nyanko-sensei, it only wanted to hurry home to eat the freshly bought dessert. On the way home, they encountered Youkai gathering for a meeting. Nyanko-sensei advised the Youkai that if they didn't behave, they might be driven away by the monks in the temple. They learned from the Youkai that they hadn't heard the monks chanting for several days. Because that monk was Tanuma's father, a good friend of Natsume, he couldn't help but become concerned. Tanuma knew that Natsume could see Youkai and was an important friend who could vaguely perceive their presence. Natsume wanted to ask Tanuma at school, but couldn't find the words. As someone who hadn't had many friends since childhood, Natsume was unsure about maintaining the right distance with friends. When Tanuma returned home, he saw a suspicious Youkai shadow. On the way to school, Natsume encountered a Youkai and thought it was a spirit asking for its name back. In a rush to get to school, Natsume asked the Youkai to come back another time. Natsume still asked Tanuma about his father, and he found out that Tanuma's father was just on a business trip to another temple, which relieved Natsume. After school, when Natsume encountered the morning Youkai again and was about to return its name, Nyanko-sensei suddenly appeared, and the Youkai disappeared. Strangely, the name of that Youkai wasn't in the Book of Friends. At night, the strange Youkai shadow appeared again but quickly vanished. That day, Nyanko-sensei learned from the Youkai that a cursed Youkai that should have been defeated by Natsume Reiko in a duel and remained dormant in the mountains had suddenly awakened. Many other Youkai had fallen ill after coming into contact with the curse on that Youkai. Natsume encountered a female Youkai as well. The Youkai told him that she had come to reclaim her brother's name. She and her brother used to be residents of Ukihara village, a paradise where all seasons felt like spring. They were drawn to the human world by the sound of a kagura dance. They began wandering the human world, but her brother got cursed and she fell ill due to the curse's influence. He placed her within a divine tree and left alone. Now, she had recovered her health thanks to the divine tree and heard that Natsume had her brother's name. She wanted him to summon her brother, but Natsume couldn't help since he didn't know what her brother looked like. Just as the female Youkai was about to forcibly take the Book of Friends, Misuzu appeared and saved Natsume. He was there because Youkai had been disappearing from his territory recently and he came looking for clues. Because the place where the female Youkai appeared was very close to the temple where Tanuma was, Natsume couldn't help but worry. Tanuma saw the Youkai's figure again, and the Youkai kept muttering Natsume's name. Tanuma approached and warned the Youkai not to harm Natsume. But the Youkai quickly disappeared, leaving only some rust behind. While investigating, Tanuma discovered the old designed plans for the temple in the warehouse. At school, Natsume heard that Tanuma had left early due to a headache and, thinking about the Youkai situation, hurriedly went to the temple where Tanuma was with Nyanko-sensei. They didn't find Tanuma but saw the temple design plans on the ground. Tanuma found Kitamoto and told him about recent events that had made him unable to stay calm at home. He then learned that Natsume was very worried about him leaving early. Following the clues, Natsume found the Youkai that was emitting curses. The Youkai mistook Natsume for Reiko. Upon learning that Reiko had already passed away, the Youkai became despondent again. The Youkai knew that his blood would affect other Youkai around him, but the entrance to Ukihara village only responded to the blood of its residents. He had to do this in order to return. Natsume told the Youkai about his sister searching for him, but the Youkai denied it, saying that his sister had died shortly after coming to the human world due to not adapting. He had been traveling alone, and just as he was about to give up and return, he met Reiko. The Youkai hoped to be called by name by Reiko, but in reality, he never saw her again. The subsequent Youkai remained asleep in a cave. When he woke up again, the temple had already been renovated. The female Youkai who had claimed to be the Yokai's sister was likely a banished resident of Ukihara village, tried to use the Youkai to return to the village. Natsume speculated that the missing Youkai was probably consumed by the female Youkai. Natsume decided to return the Yokai's name first. The female Youkai suddenly appeared. Because the blood of a sinner couldn't open the village entrance, She had been waiting for an opportunity. Suddenly, there was a reaction around, and the Youkai quickly subdued the female Youkai. The scenery around them changed, and the entrance to the village opened. The female Youkai transformed into a cherry blossom. Memories began to emerge. The first time he met Reiko, the Youkai was surprised that she wasn't afraid of his appearance. The Youkai told Reiko about the beauty of his homeland, and Reiko asked him if he was giving up on returning home. He admitted that even if he returned now, he would die soon. The Youkai was wandering in the human world to find a suitable place to end his existence. Later, Reiko invited the Youkai to a duel, and he lost to Reiko. Reiko instructed the Youkai to tell her when he was about to return to his homeland so that she could also see this beautiful place he had spoken of. The Youkai invited the human-loathing Reiko to leave together when they found the entrance, but Reiko didn't answer. This time, he invited Natsume again, and Natsume firmly declined. Tanuma ran and found Natsume, telling him about the Youkai and cautioning Natsume to be careful. However, Natsume told him that the Youkai had returned to his homeland. In fact, Tanuma was also hesitating. He was afraid that telling Natsume about this matter would involve him in trouble. However, now he felt that perhaps he should tell Natsume earlier.